What time is it? Creatives, it is photo hacking time. Let's get started. And you are watching Photo Hack Lovers. My name is Charlotte Salcedo, your host for photohacklovers.com. And today we are going to learn how to extract an image from the background. I know there's a lot of videos online about how to do this, but I'm going to be doing this for the beginners. And I also have another software, I think it's like $9.99, that you can purchase, and it makes it much simpler. If you struggle with the pen tool, if you struggle with the select and mask feature, I keep wanting to call it select and refine. If you're having issues making clean extractments like this, then this is the tutorial for you. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to extract the background, okay, in two different programs, and then we're going to explain all of the different files, JPEG, PNG, all of these different files, and then we're going to vectorize this image and make it so that it's printable on t-shirts, because I have a lot of people asking me about what's the difference between image files, how can I remove the background to put it on a picture like Zazzle, like a t-shirt, place like Zazzle or Redbubble or whatever. And so this is just a regular photo, and we can turn it into a vector, which makes it look more cartoony, like this one. Okay, I'm going to show you how I did that. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you in vivid detail of what each file is and what they're used for. Okay, a vector sort of looks like this. It doesn't look realistic. It kind of looks cartoony-ish, but it can be made to look realistic if you have somebody that's really, really good in Illustrator. It just depends on how skilled you are. This looks pretty decent. And the great thing about vectors and why they are recommended in print and logos is because they're scalable. You can scale a vector image to infinity and it will not lose quality. Whereas a JPEG, a PNG, or a GIF, the farther you stretch it or the farther you try to make it bigger, the less quality you have. Okay? So I'm going to explain what a JPEG is. JPEGs are good for photography, still images, and whatnot. They're lossy, they're in the category lossy, and they have millions of colors. A GIF is lossless. It has a maximum of 256 colors, simple animation, graphic with flat colors, graphics without gradients. And then you have PNG and PNG 24. The PNG files are good for transparency on the background, and GIFs are too. You can use GIFs to animate. You can make animations, but they have the least amount of colors. And PNG 24, the difference between PNG 24 and PNG 28, it's similar, but it has an unlimited amount of colors, whereas the PNG 8 only has a maximum of 256 colors, but they're pretty much the same thing. I don't know if that makes sense. It's just that the PNG 24 is going to look a little bit crisper. If you're using it for the web, it really doesn't make a difference, I don't think. Now, the SVG, which is something new, I don't know. It's something that new that people are using. A lot of people haven't been using this. Like when I started going to design school, nobody used SVG. And SVG is for graphic logos and Retina. It's like that new Retina thing. Yeah. I don't particularly use SVG, and it's not really for beginners, so I think I want to leave that out of this conversation. And so basically, you, with a vector, you want to use that on your t-shirt designs, and I'm going to show you how to take an image and turn it into a vector so you can use it on t-shirt design, and it's going to look real crisp and clean. So sorry I had to talk so much, but I wanted to explain that so everyone can understand how that works. And this video is mainly for new people to Photoshop or to photo editing. Okay, so I'm gonna click off of here. And I do apologize if my voice fades away because I have a microphone that sits on my desk. I don't particularly like the headset one I have. It didn't sound very loud. When I ordered it off of Amazon, you know, you never know what you're gonna get, and I really don't like it. So I'm gonna close out of Photoshop here, and I'm gonna show you this new program. It's easy for this software. It's called photosynthesis. This is really great if you have a hard time cutting things out. My opinion is that sometimes it works like a charm and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to open the document and I'm just going to show you how it works. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I've already done it. I've already worked ahead. So it works pretty much the same like Photoshop. The Control Z still works. The only difference is you got your plus and minus sign. It doesn't work in the same sense with the shortcut keys. You're going to have to press the plus sign. And the brushes, they don't go very low. So this program is really made for people who don't know what they're doing. And so it's very simplistic. And I'm going to show you how easy it is. So whatever you want to keep is green, obviously. Okay? So you're going to take your brush and you're going to just color over the doggy like so, the parts you want to keep. And it doesn't have to be perfect. The computer system will start to generate an ideal of what's to be kept and what's not to be kept. You see how quick that was? Makes it so much more simpler. Now you have these things on the side here where you can, you know, set the offset. You can do a feather. You can do blurs and stuff, but we're not gonna do that. So you would just continue, and it helps you because it shows you like a yellow outline, and you just want to color over the red if you don't want that included in the photo. And bam, it does it automatically. So this is kind of like a cheat and this is really quick and dirty. I like quick and dirty shit. Sorry to cuss, but I'm just being honest. And I find using the red works better than using the green. I don't know why. So that messed that up here. So what you're going to do is you just go into the green and just run over his paw. You don't have to do the whole thing, and it doesn't have to be perfect. But it's having problems identifying the floor with the dog because it's similar into color in some of the highlights in his leg. So I kind of like kept playing with it and kept messing with it, and I got a really clean cut eventually. You see? Eventually. I mean, It's kind of tricky. But as you, yeah, you see it took the paw off again. So now it brings it back. And it took the ear off too. So you're just gonna color over the ear and bring it back. Trust you, this is very simple shit. It's not hard at all. I'm not doing anything technical. I promise you. Nothing technical here. Okay? And I just wanted to show you guys this in case you're not able to do the next step, which is a little bit more difficult. And sometimes I have to use this because Photoshop, sometimes it's buggy. Like, you have to understand that sometimes it's not you not knowing how to do things. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Half the time my Illustrator doesn't work. You see, now you have a perfect little dog here, and you can tweak the rest in Photoshop. Like this little spot of grass, you can fix that in Photoshop. And then you would just save it as a ping, and then you're done. Now this was mine that I did. See how I did it? So it looked pretty good. Now I'm gonna go back to this one. Okay, now this is the one that I did with the filter. Hold on. I have to select it to affect it. The select and mask tool. I don't know why Photoshop, Adobe, stop changing the name of programs. Like the little thingies. They've changed it so many times. It's like not even funny. It's no wonder nobody knows how to use it. So this is select and mask. I use this, and as you can see, it's a little bit more perfectly cut out. Sometimes I get, hold on, let me close that. Sometimes with photo scissors, I get a better cutout. Sometimes I get a better cutout with Photoshop. It just depends, you know? So in order to create the cutout that I just made, all I do is I go in here with the polygon lasso tool, and I just make a close selection, and I'm just clicking. I'm just click, 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 click. It's very simple. Clicky, clicky, clicky. I'm clicking. There goes that London accent again. I'm clicking. I'm clicking, governor. Have you guys ever seen the Pirates of the Caribbean? I love that movie. Governor. And we are clicking, click, click, click. I'm just telling you how easy it is. So it's just click, click, click. I'm pretty sure that I could teach my 2-year-old to do this. It's very simple. Very simple stuff. So simple, a caveman could do it. Very simple. Click, 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 click. And you want to make sure you attach it. Now you have these little marching ants. Marching, 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 marching. And you're just going to click, select, and mask. And bam, it does most of the work for you. Please take a look at the settings I have here. I want you to set up your whatever, your properties panel like mine. And then you're not going to grab the first brush, you're not going to grab the second brush, you're going to grab the third brush and click the minus sign, the minus sign, the minus sign. And then you're going to just slowly Go around the edges. And barely touching. Barely touching. And if you're having a hard time, or it's not working for you, pause the video and have a look at my settings. Pause the video and have a look at my settings, and then restart the video when you're ready. Okay? So all I'm doing is clicking on the edges here. Clicking on the edges. Okay? Clicking on the edges like so. Alright? And you just go around. Go around. Go around the edges. Go around that pretty little doggy. Okay? Now, I've already done this, so once you're done, you can click and put it on a new layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, if you have areas that you need to clean up, I'm going to show you how to use the pen tool, okay? And make sure that you have rubber bands selected, okay? Now, we're going to zoom in here so we can see. And I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do parts so you can get a good idea of how this works. So you take the pen tool and you click here. And with the rubber band, you can see where you're clicking next, which makes it super easy, okay? And we're just clicking here. We're not doing anything difficult. Nothing at all. It's very simple. Very simple. You know? It's very simple. You know, I watch Bob Ross, and I love when he says, you know, we don't make mistakes, we have happy accidents. Okay. So we're going to attach this little rascal here to the very end point, because we started it, now we have to end it. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to close this panel here because that was from the last tutorial. If you watched the previous tutorial, we learned how to use this really cool new third-party tool on how to organize your brushes. It was pretty awesome if you missed it. Okay, so once you've created your little work path there with your pen tool, you're gonna select, you're gonna get, if you don't know how to get to your paths, you're gonna go to Windows, Paths, and you're gonna check that. I already have mine checked. I try not to use a whole lot of shortcut keys because we're doing a tutorial, so I'm trying to do everything manually for you guys. So what you're going to do is you're going to select that little rascal right there, okay? Now that you have it selected, now you can affect it. So you're going to press delete, and bam, that bad boy is gone. And you can continue to do this throughout. Just cutting out his little footsies here and making your little selection. Now I like to do little selections at a time. I don't like to do the whole area because if I mess up, you know, it's kind of difficult with the pen tool. So what works for me is I like to do little sections like this, and that way if I mess up, you know, it's just a little section. It's not the whole thing. It's not the end of the world, you know? And you just continue like so. It's very, very simple. You know, it's very simple, and it's great for doing edges. Now you can get clear cut edges here. Oops, I messed up here. That's okay. We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. And just select it to affect it, press delete. Oh, I got a little bit too close there. So I'm going to show you another trick. If you select too close and make a mistake, you can go to select, transform selection, and you can just move it out a little bit, press enter, and delete. And there you go. So those are a couple of new things, but I've already cut this out. I'm going to show you mine. Mine's perfectly cut out, as you can see. I did a really good job. And if you don't have hair on here, you can take like a brush hair tool. I probably will have to do it in advance. And you go back in and add some fur on him, resampling the layers. I'm going to show you guys that in another video tutorial, because that's a little bit more advanced. But let's just keep concentrating here. So now we're going to learn how to vectorize this bad boy. Okay, so let's hop over into Illustrator. Okay, I'm an Illustrator. Are you? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to place the photo that we saved as a ping. And I think that's a step I forgot to make. So once you have your photo cut out, you want to save it as a ping. Let's go back in and do that. I forgot to do that. So all you have to do is File, okay, Save As, and then choose ping. Or you can export for web, but that's, I mean, if you export for web, you don't want to do that because we want to make a really good quality. So you're going to choose Save As and Save As a ping. Okay, I'm back in Illustrator, are you? So once you have it saved as a ping, you can go ahead in Illustrator and click File, Place. You're going to scroll down to your little doggy picture, wherever it may be. I think it's on the desktop. Yes. Okay. There he is, dog stock. And you're just going to pop him in the middle. Okay? He might jump around. You know, doggies, they get a little frisky there. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. So if you press Shift and you pull down, it won't distort your image. And then you just want to click outside the box to deselect it. But we're going to need to select this to affect it. So what we're going to do, this little button up here, do you see it? Image trace. You're not going to click on the button. Be careful. Just click on the little arrow, okay? On the little arrow. And there's going to be a drop down folder. And you're going to select High Fidelity Photo. Okay? Alrighty then. It's doing its magic. Okay, so now you have a vectorized image, but we're not done yet. Now we're going to press Expand. Okay? And that expands it into little individualized items. And why do we need this? Because we need to get rid of the white background. Because when we did that, it put the white background back on there again. So we're going to go to Object, Ungroup. Okay? Now we're going to delete this little background here. And now we're going to select it to affect it. We're going to select the whole thing. You can group it if you want to. And I'm going to press Control C. And then I'm going to click on my Photoshop. And then I'm going to press Control V and save it as a smart object. Okay, and I'll press Enter. Okay. Okay, so I've got too many here. Okay, so here's my vectorized image of the dog. Okay, but we want to make it like this. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to zoom out. Okay, now we're going to go to Filter, Filter Gallery, and we're going to go to Poster Edges. Okay, and look at what I have here. I have 1 edge intensity and 5 for the posterization, and press OK. Now you're going to save this out as a ping again. Okay, go to File, Save As, and then save it as a ping. Okay, Now we're going to go back to Illustrator, and we're going to open that file again because we want to do like a double vectorize to give it a better, cooler effect. Okay, so I'm going to go to place, and I'm going to select my image poster edges, and then I'm just going to pop that bad boy in here, and I'm going to scale them up. Okay, press enter. Whoops. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing again. Image trace, high fidelity. It's doing its magic. And now we're going to press expand again. Again and again and again. Ungroup. Then we're going to delete that back layer. Now we're going to group this together. Object, group. Now you can make this dog as big or as small as you want. And that's vectorized dog. You can put this on a t-shirt, you know, for demonstration. And that was it. So, and then now you can take this back into Photoshop, okay, and just press Control V. I've already done so. It's already here. This is the completed section here. And then you can put this on a t-shirt and sell it for money. And hopefully the photos would be your own. You know, and not like just some random photos you got off the internet. But this is a good way to explain how vector and JPEG is, because if you had this JPEG, it might not look as cool. You know what I'm saying? You could do different things, like if you had a white t-shirt, let me show you something quickly. I mean a black t-shirt, you can put like, I don't know, like a circle in the background. You could make a new background, whatever you want to do. Like really, it's your own thing. Like you can make a circle and put a stroke on it, edit, stroke. I mean, this is being really sloppy, but just like whatever, it looks pretty cool. So I mean, that's the tutorial. I hope this is useful to people. I tried to make it as simple as possible because I know that a lot of the other YouTubers, although their tutorials are very nice, they tend to go really fast and they don't really explain stuff, and not in like vivid detail. So this is aimed towards, you know, a beginner, and I hope that everybody really liked this. Also, next month I'm doing a giveaway. I don't have to mention that on every single video. I'm going to put down in the description, I'm going to put in the description the link on how to enter the giveaway, and also how to get the software that I used here today, which is photosynthesis. I don't have any affiliate links or anything like that for that. I don't think they have an affiliate program. I just wanted to mention that program because I thought it was super useful, and I think that it's helped me a lot when I was starting out in the beginning, and I'm pretty sure that it will help you out if you have a really hard time, because sitting there with the eraser tool for like a billion years is not fun. And I hope that you liked the pen tip with the rubber band. Most people don't know to set that setting. That's why the pen tool ends up being so complicated for them. So anyways, please, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.